So today we're in Florida. We're going to be hiking the Merrit Island National Wildlife Refuge, the Allan Cruickshank Memorial Trail. We're in early January and it's unseasonably cool for Florida. It's just above 40 and it's got a lot of wind gusts, so hopefully it doesn't get too cool out, but it's not that long of a trail, so it won't be too bad. Hopefully we're going to see lots of wildlife today. This being Florida and this being a marshy area, it's definitely the chance we're going to run into some alligators, hopefully not too close. And of course there's lots of birds and whatnot. All those birds that fly south, this is where a lot of them end up in this region. Because this is marshy wetlands, normally I'd be mobbed by mosquitoes if I didn't have any mosquito repellent, but since it's in the low 40s, I'm very fortunate because I forgot to bring mosquito repellent. I'm actually getting a little paranoid. I keep on thinking there's a alligator around the corner or just behind those shrubs that you can't really see behind. Some of the water is really close to the trail and it's very low and you don't necessarily have that much visibility. So in this case, I wouldn't actually mind another person here keeping an eye out with me just to make sure we don't get too close, because they can sprint at about 15 miles an hour, very short distance, but if you get close enough and they want to grab you, there's a precious little you can do. So just need to keep an eye out and maintain a safe distance. So I got my multi-tool just in case. I'm not really sure what it would do against the 3, 4, 5 meter gator. But you never know. Let's go for the eyes or something. Keep a lookout. So one of the neat things about this wildlife refuge is that it's actually part of what was originally Kennedy Space Center land. So they actually found out that they had more land than they needed, so they partitioned some of it off for a wildlife refuge, which is great because there's all this marshland and whatnot around for the inhabitants that would normally be here. If you time this hike perfectly and the weather cooperates, you could actually schedule it in on the same day that there's a rocket launch. So that'd be really neat to see. Unfortunately, my schedule didn't coordinate with that too well, but maybe yours can if you come visit. It's one of the NASA facilities over there. So you're probably really concerned about the elevation gain, seeing if maybe you can do it if it's possibly too much. Alright, so there is no elevation gain to speak of. Not really a typical place I'd go hiking, but it's in the area, so it seemed like a pretty cool place to check out. So far it's really nice. It's definitely different than what I'm used to seeing, so that's neat. This trail kind of twists and winds its way through the marshland. Here you have something interesting. It's looks to be some sort of cactus, about as big as my hand. Kind of neat. Didn't expect to see that here. View from the observation deck. Alright, well that's the end of our journey this time. We didn't run into any crocodiles that I noticed. It's more than probable that I did pass somewhat close to at least a few, but unfortunately I didn't see any. I heard some rustling sometimes, some splashing around some really heavily reeded areas that were really close to the water, and I just wasn't that curious to find out if there were alligators there, because I think they would have seen me before I saw them, and not really such a good scenario for me. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more cool videos in the future.